Hi, I'm back from another convention. I'm back uh from SakaiCon. Oh, the camera's different. The camera's not right. Wait a second, let me fix that. How's it going, Gizmo? That should be more like that. All right, let me fix the camera orientation. It's not fixed from the last Patreon stream, you know. Let's see. Needs to be zoomed in a little more. Whoa! 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 Okay, good start to the stream. Good start, right? Right, guys? Good start. Red mages in party hats. Red mages in party hats. Hello, Ikari. Yes, that's right. Ikari Warriors 3. But I'd probably rather be playing 2, but we're going to be playing 3. It's time to play Ikari Warriors 3. I've played the NES game before, but not that much. It's a pretty easy game. At some point, I've like played through it. You know, I've like blown through it and finished it. But from what I recall, it's a pretty easy game compared to the first two, and you just kind of blow through it. It's not very memorable. It's technically like better. The first two my Ikari Warriors games are like my Chronix games. They're known for being bad, although, and I do think the first Ikari Warriors is bad. I think it's a really bad port, but I like the second one actually. I prefer the NES port of the second one. I think it's a cool game. To me, that's the unsung gem of the Ikari games is Ikari Warriors 2, maybe specifically the NES one. I've tried the arcade one, and I think the NES one is cooler. It has more depth with like the shops and stuff. I don't think that the arcade one has the shops. I remember it being much simpler. But now the third one is more like a normal video game. It's much more technically proficient than the first two, but it's also kind of missing something as well. Or something like that. I don't know. It's been a while. And I don't know. I never played the arcade version, so I don't know how the arcade version was either. So we should maybe check that out. But it's time to revisit Ikari 3. The Japanese title is just Ikari 3. The American title is Ikari 3: The Rescue. Whereas Ikari Warriors 2 was Ikari Warriors 2 Victory Road. And the arcade was just called Victory Road. I don't know. It's weird. All right, so this is developed by SNK. SNK is a port of... SNK are the arcade developers for Ikari Warriors. And it's an SNK port of their game, and then that's it. I guess there's not too much else to say about it. We should play it. Let's take a look at the Japanese version real quick first. Let's look at the Japanese version and just take a quick look at the differences. Ooh, cutscenes. Music's good. Whoa, I think the president's daughter is kidnapped or something like that. Oh, look, he's got binoculars. He's giving the thumbs up. He's like, good. Whoa, his pupils are dilating. That must mean that he's getting ready to kick ass, I guess. Wow, Ikari 3. Ikari 3. It starts out very much like Ikari 1 and 2. It's like, well, like Ikari 1 anyway. Or does it? Wait, what is... I guess in the first Ikari, you, like, get dropped at a helicopter, right? But in this one, you... A tank gets nuclear bombed, and then you jump out of the explosion. Do. Oh, man, listen to the music. So you got, like, a weird spin kick. Doesn't matter what direction you're facing? Or, I mean, actually, no. If you are facing forward, you kick forward, but then you spin to the right. But if you're facing to the left, look, you, like, go in, you kick left and then spin to the right. I guess you're always spinning 90-degree angle. So, like, look, he spins. But it looks really weird because, like, when you're facing up, your foot extends out past your head. But when you're facing down, the foot doesn't... The downwards foot doesn't come out of your sprite, see? It's in your sprite. But look, when you're kicking up, the leg goes out of your sprite. So it's like you have more range. I don't know. Maybe you have invisible range on this downwards kick. Alright, now let's play the American version. I believe it's probably pretty similar. SNK Wargame Project. Whoa, sounds serious. Let's see if the intro is different. That's pretty much the same intro. Wow. Not much difference, huh? I like this intro cut. Oh, I didn't notice. You see the trucks go through his eyes, pass through his eyes there? Look at that. So, you know, slightly modified title screen, but pretty much the exact same intro and same presentation, same music. Not too much difference. I mean, we're in 1990 now, so I guess sometimes games could come to America and wouldn't be changed that much. You didn't know this existed, Metal Machine? Did you know about Ikari 1 and 2? Happy Monday to you. Metal Machine Games on VHS. How's it going? Are you grimacing at me? Games on VHS? Well, what did I do to make you grimace? You should smile instead. Metal Machine. I hope you're having a good Monday. I hope you guys are all having a good Monday. I'm back from a convention. The convention was actually, you know, although it was small and it was the first year for this convention, I thought it was surprisingly good. It's better than OkiCon, that's for sure, the Oklahoma Con, which should have been a bigger convention, but it sucked. We are in 1990. Yeah, we are, as of right now, in 1990. We're not in 2025 anymore. We're now in March 16th of 1990. All right, everyone come with me. We're going to go on the ride in the Ikari. We still got the same weird kick animations. Like when he kicks downwards, his foot doesn't go anywhere, but when he kicks upwards, it's like... Wait a second. Oh, he actually changes directions. Was he doing this in the Japanese one too? He actually changes directions when he kicks because he's spinning. Like a 90-degree... Yeah, 90-degree angle. Oh, there's a heart right there for some reason. All right, so here we go. Let's play Ikari. Whoa, there's all these hearts. I don't even need them yet. Or there's a W. Wait, what's the W? Whoa, oh my goodness. Oh, I'm taking a lot of damage. Oh, I died. Wow. Okay, let's just not worry about that, because I seem to remember this game being very easy. What? Whoa, why are these guys, like, all brutalizing me all of a sudden? I thought I'm supposed to be super tough. Well, the combat in this game is weird. The kicks feel... I mean, the punch feels much better than the kick. The kick is weird. Maybe the kick is meant to be crowd control, but it was no help against those dudes that were all stun-locking me. Oh, water. Can I go in the water? The water doesn't kill you in this game. The water only makes you stronger. You're suffering from now reality? You watched a couple things. I didn't really watch anything. Oh, in the water, your kick becomes like a grab. And it's always pointed up. But I can punch in all 4 directions. The punch just seems better than the kick. I don't know. What about this grab thing? I'm gonna try that. Where are those guys going? They're just leaving. What was that L I collected before? What is that? Do I have a... I recognize these sound effects from Crystalis. That's interesting because we haven't gotten to Crystalis yet. Crystalis is coming up soon. Angel Egg. I have seen that a long time ago. Yeah, I remember that. Belladonna of Sadness. I have heard of that, but I don't think I've seen that one. I've heard of that. I can't go up onto this shore here. Gotta keep going. Angel's Egg. I don't really remember too much about it. It's that it's like very artistic. Is Belladonna of Sadness like by the same people or studio? Anyway, I've heard of that, but I don't remember too much about that. Oh, I wanted to see what this thing does. Oh, you can pick up and throw dudes. That's cool. But it seems difficult to do. I died. Game over. Now, guys, that was a game over. Let's see what happens when we continue. Continue just says yes. I just hit start. It puts me right back to where I was. Like, in the style of Castlevania 2. Or, probably more aptly, like an arcade game. It's as if this is an arcade game in which you can credit feed. So I think that might be... If I'm remembering right, that you get... maybe you don't get unlimited continues. I don't really know if you get unlimited or not. But if you had unlimited continues combined with that, it would be pretty ridiculous. Oh, the barrel, you could just automatically throw that in. Is there a way to jump? Oh, you can press A and B to jump. Not like spin kick like these idiots are doing. Traductus, what's up? How's it going? Oh yeah, I was gonna start the timer, then I forgot Traductus. Wow, can you believe that? That never happens for me. Like, I always remember to start the timer. You know me. I'm trying to see if this kick does anything. Man, the kick seems like it just sucks. It's slower and it's hard to hit with. It doesn't seem to do more damage or anything. The punch can be spammed way faster. The kick just sucks. I want to keep using it because I want to find out like what I can use it for. Yeah, I can hit multiple times with the punch as well, so I can kill dudes much quicker with it. A 70s anime movie. When did Angel's Egg come out? Is that 80s? Oh, that's Sadness. Yeah, I think... Oh, this grenade's wrecking me. You want to jump up to this guy. Yeah, anime from like really old anime from like the 60s and 70s seems pretty interesting. I need to see more of it. Horrible Hog, what's up? It did. It happened, and you're seeing the result right now. Oh, the guys! That guy just blew me up with the barrel. That like insta-killed me. I will continue. It doesn't say a number of continues. Could it really be unlimited? I think it is because I remember this being easy, but even though maybe it's not that easy, you know. Belladonna of Sadness is very hard to house. Yeah. Well, I don't remember anything about it. An Otomo adaptation of a medieval French story. Well, it sounds good. I want to see it. I need to go back and watch more 70s anime. It sounds good. Old anime is cool. But then again, new anime is good too. Oh, now I suddenly have a gun for the boss. Man, these Crystalis sound effects in this game. Would this have been the first time that SNK used these Crystalis sound effects before, you know, Crystalis came out? I should. There's a lot of things I need to see, Red Mages, you're right. That's cool. What else? Is that what you watched? What else did you watch? Did anybody else watch anything? I didn't really watch anything this weekend. I was busy at a convention, and I just couldn't quite get around to it. Vocab, how are you doing today? Marble Hog. Yeah, this seems like it could be a boss fight in Metal Gear, maybe. Actually, it seems more like a boss fight from, like, say, Iron Tank. It's kind of got like an... Was Iron Tank SNK? Yeah, Iron Tank must have been SNK, right? I think so. This seems very Iron Tank with the black background and the fighting the big... Except, you know, I'm a human. I'm a dude and I'm not a tank. But this seems like something. Iron Tank's a really cool game, too. I quite like Iron Tank. I probably like it more than this game. Alright, that's like, what, the third game over? Third continue used? Well, we're being pretty lackadaisical with the lives, so let's just use maximum strats and get up in front of him and wait for him to open up and then just, like, spam the gun really fast. Oh, wow, that really kills you. Like, that really kills you quick. Like, was that insta-killing me? What? Constantine, City of Demons. Was that the Keanu movie? Whoa, he just evaporated a whole set of lives there. Like the fourth continue. You watched the Back to the Future trilogy? Whoa, wow, that's a big one. You just decided to watch... I mean, sometimes you just gotta rewatch a classic. He is insta-killing you, I guess. He is. All of his attacks insta-kill you. Oh, it's got the Iron Tank explosion sound effects, too. I love the explosions in Iron Tank. Constantine. So the Keanu... I never saw the... I've never seen a Constantine movie. Act 2. Pretty cool presentation in this game. Oh, this music's so different from the first stage. It's so swanky. It's kind of weird music for like this type of game. Sounds like I should be playing pool. From Fester's Quest. Yeah, the Fester's Quest also had the boss fights that were like on a big black background like that. Yeah, it did look like that. Oh, there's an animated Constantine movie. I see. Well, I never saw the Keanu Reeves one. I don't know anything about... Look at this! That guy was, like, abusing a turbo button on me, and I think that because of hit stun, there was nothing I could do to escape from that. What? Well, this game... If you were trying to, like, 1cc this game or something, it might be, pretty tricky, but with the way it is, with its lack of punishment for dying, it seems like it's utterly no problem for any human being to just, you know, spam their way through. What's the W do? It's just like a single grenade. It's just a single grenade and that's it? It's kind of lame. Japanese musical when the bad guy's singing? This does? It sounds like the music... It's reminding me of the music from, like, a pool game. Oh, man. The punch is, like, the way to go. Man, the kick is so weird in this game. The shame it ultimately has no use, really, as far as I can tell. Like, it's just so ineffectual. It's so stylish, but yet ineffectual. And this, like, very simple, basic punch. It's got a... Look at how big the hitbox is in the punch, too. It's way faster. It doesn't knock the enemy back, so you can... Oh, these guys! Look at these dudes! These ninjas. They just leave. It's funny that the enemies... This is sort of like a beat-em-up, but the enemies just appear and then they just leave. They just walk off the screen sometimes. You don't have to even fight them. What's this dude? Yeah, I know nothing of Hellblazer. Good comic. That was like the 6th continue there? Gotta be unlimited continues as well. Yeah, I know nothing of Hellblazer. Well, I never really read a lot of American comics. I read a couple here or there. Never got into that one. So, how was the animated one? Was it any good? Red Mages? Did it capture the comic? Give us your review. What was your review of Angel Egg? Didn't give us a review of that either. And Horrible Hog, give us your review of the Back to the Future trilogy. Review that trilogy for us. You think they're any good? Should people watch this Back to the Future thing? I watched the first Back to the Future recently with... That was one of the movies I got my wife to watch when we were in the Philippines. Watched a bunch of classic movies with her. And she liked all of them. But her favorite was The Princess Bride of all the stuff we watched. Five. I remember having amazing animation. I'm sure it's worth watching just for the animation. Probably the same for Belladonna. Oh, more of a British comic. Your name is Biff? That's cool, Horrible Hog, that your name is Biff. Do you ever just tell people, like, make like a tree and get out of here? The Back to the Future movies, you know, they're made. What is with this fence that I... Oh, I guess that's not a fence. That's like a walkway. That's a walkway overhead, huh? I mean, the graphics in this game are pretty good. It's obviously, like, much more polished than the first two Ikari Warriors games. Like, the movement is much smoother. It scrolls smoothly. And it feels more like a normal game. It's also kind of weird in that it's like this linear overhead beat 'em up, which, you know, there's not really that many of those. You can kind of just jump kick back and forth through these guys as well, can't you? That kind of works if you're trying to avoid damage, but why would you bother? Like, these guys are just destroying me, but if I start doing this, if I start hopping through them, sort of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, you just keep jump kicking over and over again, or certain beat 'em ups. Epsilon Eagle, what's up? Would you say this is better than Metal Gear on NES? No, I don't know if I really like this game that much. That's the thing that I'm sort of building up to. Somehow this game, like, it's much more polished than Ikari 1 and 2. Well, I don't like Ikari 1 at all. I think Ikari 1 is extremely unfun game, no matter how you play it. Whether you use the code to cheat your way through it, in which case it's just like a really long, boring slog, or if you try to play it fairly, you just can't. Like, the game is just so misdesigned as to be, like, nearly impossible. People overuse the term unplayable, but Ikari Warriors 1 it has to be the most unplayable NES game. But I really like Ikari Warriors 2. Like, this is, I don't know, like, it's kind of interesting being an overhead beat 'em up, but it's very linear like this, because I think there's not really that many of those. But, and it's got cool stuff. I like it, the music's pretty good. Although the combat in this game is kind of weird. I don't think it feels that good, the combat in this game. If it had more of like a normal challenge, I think this game might be better. But still, it's just kind of weird. I don't know. I definitely prefer 2. Between this and Metal Gear, Metal Gear's a good game. Like, Metal Gear's a very good game. Definitely would prefer Metal Gear to any of the Ikari Warriors games. The only one that, like, would come close to me is 2, Ikari Warriors 2. Now, people don't like Ikari Warriors 2, but I think it's very playable. It's slow, but I think it's the most fun, satisfying game. Like, all the items you can get, and, you know, your weapon is very important, and getting hearts, and collecting or finding those items, like the weird bars that you can go to. Whoa, what's that? Do I have to jump over these? Landmines? Okay, I see. The weird space bars where you can go and, like, you can battle against dudes for money, but it's, like, completely optional. It's got such a cool atmosphere. Whoa, thought I was trapped behind there. Got the coolest atmosphere. I kind of like that it's like a one-life game. And I don't know, it's just cool. It's just a cool game. If you don't mind the sluggishness of the movement. You'd be surprised how many games can be classified as unplayable. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because I've played like over 1,000 NES games at this point, and you're joking, but as a joke, yeah, you could say that, but really, like, most NES games are perfectly playable, you know, a lot of really good NES games. Oh, wait, we didn't hear this. It's different boss music when you're fighting a human opponent, right? That's right, I remember this boss track. It's very memorable. It sounds exactly like Crystalis music, too. Do we need to jump kick this guy? I forgot what's the deal with this dude. Yeah, this boss music is really good. Winter Games. Well, I mean, yeah, Winter Games is not a very playable game. There's zero unplayable games. That's literally true. There's no NES games you can't play. Gizmo is just correct. I mean, you can play Ikari Warriors. TMR was able to beat Ikari Warriors. It's possible. It's just, but it's very close to unplayable if you try to play without using the code. I mean, it's like without, you know, TMR had to spend a dozen hours routing the game before he could like get anywhere in it. You know, so that's a different level of unplayability. Pretty cool boss fight. So that's a different level. Like, Winter Games is just like a obtuse, weird, not very fun game with mechanics that like aren't really, but you know, it's playable. It's just, you know, it's more trouble than it's worth for most people to try to learn to play that game, including me. I'm no interested in learning how to play Winter Games. I want to do the thing with the barrel. Oh, the slowdown. Wait, how do I do the thing with the barrel? There we go. Man, it really sounds like Crystalis music. There's a lot of Crystalis in this game. Maybe that's one of the reasons why... I'll do this. What? They're throwing dudes. They're throwing dudes at me. Whoa, that's hilarious. They throw dudes at you. They just have, like, a dozen dudes walk onto the screen at the same time, even though they know it's going to make there's going to be, like, a ton of slowdown. It is immortal. It is. I think somebody at some point did try to... There's been other people who've tried to do that too, but it's like, why would you... Can I just, like, run past these dudes? Let me check. I don't think you have to kill all these guys. If we could just not bother, then I won't bother. Oh, now there's jetpack dudes? There's jetpack... What is this? This looks like it'd be like a damage floor, but I guess that's nothing. Yeah, it took him like 37 hours to play through and finish Ikari Warriors 1. I would never do that, like, honestly. And you know that I spent 50 hours playing through and trying to beat Weird Dreams, of course, but I still like Weird Dreams more than Ikari Warriors 1. No doubt about that. Despite, like, Weird Dreams, you know, that's of course, that's a computer game. It's an Amiga game. And that game probably has as much right to be called unplayable as Ikari Warriors 1. Because, like, there's, you know, so many things about the game are just, like, broken or so obtuse. I mean, what was it? What you were saying, Winter Dreams? Winter Dreams plays like a dream compared to Weird Dreams, maybe? I don't know. I'm just waiting for my continues to run out, though. I feel like there's going to be 9 continues or something. It just seems like there's no way it could be unlimited, but I think it actually is. Oh, those are actually... Wait, are those 1-ups? Are those 1-ups? Not like that really matters. Yeah, I think that they were 1-ups. Boomerang dudes now. Must be Australians. Thank you, Red Mages. Yes. I've got that going for me. Weird Dreams. You know, I mean, if I had known it would take 50 hours, I probably wouldn't have done it. I honestly thought that if you just simply learn the game properly, it would be possible to beat it. Like, I felt like I could do it. I felt like it was possible and I could do it, and I remember at one point, we got really close to the end. at like the 10-hour mark, and I was emboldened by that. I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna do it anytime now. And the more I learned the game, the more it felt like I should be winning this game anytime, and I just didn't. Mr. Leo, what's up? So I really didn't expect Weird Dreams to take 50 hours. But it, you know, we were pot committed. We couldn't give up at that point, so. Mr. Leo, how's it going today? Let me reiterate my con report. I was at Sakai Con over the weekend. Sakai Con is a convention by the people that used to run Ohio Con, or some of them, I guess. And it's just like it's the first time convention, pretty small. But you know what? Surprisingly good for a small first time convention. Oh, all right. Boss number 3. And we get this awesome boss music again. The first boss, like the boss of the first stage was like a vehicle. It's a tank on a black screen. I think that was different boss music. This is the boss music that I always remember. Like, this is the music track from the game that... It sounds so much like Crystalis. This game is so steeped in Crystalis vibes. Oh, I like this. The music sounds like Crystalis, the sound effects, because it's like, I don't know, this is probably made on the Crystalis engine. Well, this would have been before Crystalis. They probably were developing both at the same time. It's like the same, the music composition sounds the same, and the sound effects sound the same. Oh, there's a water stage in that? I totally forgot there was a water stage. What are these gems? Just points? I love Crystalis, Mr. Lee. I love Crystalis. And that's coming up soon in Fliptendo. We're gonna do a full playthrough, and I haven't played through Crystalis in a long time, and I'm excited. Yeah, I haven't put much time into Ikari Warriors 3 either, Mr. Leo, and I don't think anybody ever has. You know why? Because it's an extremely easy game that anybody could play through in like 3 seconds. So you just pick it up, you play it, you win it in about an hour, and you forget about it. That's basically this game. It has unlimited continues. I mean, let me show you what happens when you die. I mean, what are these diamonds doing for me? Wait, what the... Oh, you can actually run out of bullets. You can I think your bullets are limited, apparently. But if you die, you just get them all back anyway. It shows your bullets. Is that yellow thing a thing? No? I'm glad you enjoyed that, games on VHS. Don't worry, there'll be other hard games I will grind. Including Amiga games at some point. Mega Tokyo. Oh, wow. I used to read that, too. Oh, it's one of the comics, one of the web comics that was sort of an inspiration for Flipside, for my own web comic. Not really in so much as, like, it inspired any aspect of the story. Like, the content did, but more just, like, what he did. His schedule and the fact that he could do it, and the fact that, like, he could do it and be successful. In that aspect, it was inspiration to me, like, actually trying to do my webcomic more kind of full-time. So yeah, I used to read that webcomic online, Mega Tokyo. Sugar Cube, what's up? Good to see you. How are you doing? I'm on the boss of Stage 4 of Ikari Warriors 3. We're just playing through this game real quick. Oh, he does like a rapid side punch. Imagine if this game had actual game design and actual difficulty. Some of these boss fights might be interesting or cool. But since nothing in this game matters and you have unlimited... It's so weird. This is like one of the only NES games like this. Castlevania 2 is kind of like this as well. In that there's essentially no in-game difficulty from action challenge. All of the challenge in Castlevania 2 is exclusively from obtuseness, like knowing where to go, what to do. But this is a linear game. So you always know where to go, what to do in this game. But yet, there's no real difficulty. There's unlimited continues and it always puts you back right where you died. So it's unique in that this is one of the only console games I can think of that's designed like an arcade game where you can just credit feed it to win and brute force the game, and the game has zero difficulty to just simply beat it. Like, the only difficulty of this game would just simply be going for like a 1cc or something like that, if you liked it enough to do that. Well, I don't know, something about this game, even though like some of the music is kind of cool, I don't know. This game doesn't. I don't think I would find going for a 1cc in this game appealing, really. No, you're thinking of Ikari Warriors 1 and possibly 2 as well. I can't remember, but I think Ikari Warriors 2 also had the rotary, but certainly Ikari Warriors 1. This game, I have no idea if this had a rotary or not. It doesn't seem like it would, but maybe it did. I don't know. Mega Tokyo, yeah. I don't know if I'll ever go back and reread Mega Tokyo again. It was just like kind of one of those things that was read because it was popular at the time, and I remember that with Mega Tokyo, like the beginning of it started very different from, like, it was much more of like a jokey kind of like somewhat like fantastical, weird sort of. Like, it had sort of like that, it was trying to go for like that anime vibe of sort of fantastical, weird, silly, over the top, maybe even cartoonish, like some of the stuff that was happening. And then, like, one of the people who was the creators of the comic, it was like 2 dudes, one of them left, and the guy who left the comic was the one who was more towards like the silly, crazed side. It was like Largo and Piro, right? And like their partnership was like, it was kind of like that too. It was like, I don't remember if they shared writing duties. I think that the Piro guy was the artist, and maybe they shared writing duties, but like the Largo part of the comic was like crazed, weird adventures, like a surreal, and then the Piro side of the comic was just like more down-to-earth kind of slice of life comedy with like some romance kind of, and they were sort of both happening at the same time. But then the Largo guy, who was one of the creators, he left the comic, and then it became entirely slice of life, like kind of like soft anime slice of life with romance. It became entirely that, right? Well, I mean, I think it didn't, like, maybe not overnight, but it sort of transitioned into becoming that, you know. That was like the thing about the time. That was, and some people didn't like that, so some people stopped reading it after that happened. Remember, like at the beginning, there was like a famous joke with Mega Tokyo. It was really early on, but it was a really big internet meme. It was like, it was an airplane spoof, remember? And it was like, it was a spoof of the scene in Airplane where like the old lady is like, I speak jive. But in the Mega Tokyo version, it was I speak leet. Which I barely even remember what that means anymore. That was some sort of like internet thing from like the mid to late 2000s, like leet talk. I don't know. I have no clue what that even means anymore. Yeah, sad girl. That was like the thing with the other guy, Piro, who was the artist, who was like the more slice of life guy. Like the thing with him was that I don't know why that was like a meme about him. He liked sad girls and snow, or maybe he just said that about himself. Leet haxers. But what even is that? Like, internet speak from the late 2000s? I don't think anybody from today... Like, I guess there's like... Well, it's funny, right? Because, like, these days, like, kids have their own internet slang. It's like skibbity. And I hear it from, like, my nephew as well. Skibbity, yeet, yeet, skibbity, yeet. And whatever else. And, like, saying bro all the time. And what else? I don't know. And that's the leet speak of the 2020s. But back then, the version of that was, I don't know. I don't know what leet is. Elite? It was like, well, what did that have to do? I don't remember. I couldn't explain what that is, except that it was internet speak from the 2000s. But it was a funny joke at the time. That spoof of Airplane was pretty clever. Does anybody else remember that, or is it just me? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? That's Mega Tokyo. That's, yeah, I mean, that's all I can really... And I don't know, I read there was like I don't know. It turned into more of a slice of life kind of romance thing. There was like a lot of girls. I think there was like a robot girl, but I don't know. I can't remember that much about it. It's been a long time. But it was influential on my comic. So it certainly helped to... Although, you know, if it hadn't been that, maybe some other comic would have been... You know, I could have still eventually taken the same path, maybe, but... At the time, it gave me some... Oh my god, dude, this guy. I guess if they're stun-locking you like that, you can kind of jump out of it sometime. You gotta just mash the jump. Just both buttons. Oh my god, these guys suck. They want to get this grenade and throw it really quick. They did nothing. This is stupid. These grenades are a complete waste of time. Can I just skip these guys? These guys suck. Damn. You, me, and Leo remember it, and that's about all. Alright. Well, anyway, that's enough about Mega Tokyo, I guess. Why are we talking about Mega Tokyo again? Oh, because you bought 6 volumes of it. What was your review of Angel's Egg again? Just like, it's good, see it? And Belladonna? And the review of Back to the Future, I believe, was pretty good. Horrible Hog said, pretty good. Oh, okay, now we got a vehicle boss. It is different music. The other music for the on-foot boss, way more memorable, I feel like. But the vehicle bosses you get a gun for. We got like a tank boss. It's sort of reminiscent of the game Jackal. The Scott Pilgrim comics. A little bit. Yeah, I remember I bought like 1 or 2 volumes and I read them a little bit and I thought, they were pretty good. But I just never got around to getting more, I think. And I saw the movie. I liked the movie. But, that's about it, yeah. Or maybe I only read the first one. Maybe I own 2 of them, but I only ever read the first one. But it was... I guess it was good. I don't know. Like, I was kind of... maybe I was ambivalent towards it. I couldn't really say much about it aside from, like, what I remember of the movie, because the movie is mainly what I remember. Oh, yeah, the game. Yeah, I don't know. I think I did play the game once. I played it, like, at a friend's house or something, and I thought it was okay. I wonder what I would think of it if I went back to it. I guess I'm not really the biggest beat-em-up fan. Not as much as some people. I could see how... I think that maybe with, like, the right one, it could be fun to sort of get into it and, like, really try to learn how to, like, 1cc it. The problem with, like, beat-em-ups are, like... I like to play through beat-em-ups, like arcade beat-em-ups, where you can just, like, simply credit feed them because they often have really cool presentation and music. And even if, like... Credit feeding essentially takes away the gameplay, and it just becomes like a little tour through a thing where nothing really matters. Kind of like this game. How you can just credit feed this game and nothing matters. Like, I don't care about the gameplay at all. I'm just going to stand here and mash the button and win. Kind of like that. Like, arcade beat-em-ups are kind of like that. Like, to get something out of them, you have to learn, like, 1cc. Most of them, anyway. Console beat-em-ups are another story. Stuff like River City Ransom and especially Double Dragon. I love the Double Dragon games. Are much more fun to me. Much more memorable and fun and exciting. And like home beat-em-ups sometimes are more fun than arcade ones. Because they have actual, like, difficulty. Actually, like, design difficulty. But still, like, arcade ones are really cool. Like, they're really cool just because of, like, the really cool presentation that some of them... There's a lot of really beautifully... Oh, is that... I think that was it. Well, that was the last boss. I didn't realize that was the last boss. Guys, we beat the game? Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, there's more. I'm sorry. Wait. Oh, I forgot. That's right. I remembered this. Hey, this is kind of cool. This is like a scene out of a movie. Like, I rescued the president's daughter, but now... Whoa, wait, what's going on? There's like a plane that's... There's a plane that's suddenly hunting us down. Oh, you got to escort her. Like, this is pretty awesome. Yeah, I like those games too, Mr. Leo. But I haven't played... I think I've only ever... I can't remember. I think I've only ever played... Not Tower of Doom, the other one. Instara? I don't think I've actually played through Tower of Doom. But anyway, I played those... I need to replay those as well. We need to play those on stream. And those seem like they'd be pretty fun to like try to learn a 1cc for. It seems like it'd be really fun. I don't know, there's a lot of really cool beat 'em ups. It's just, even if you aren't really playing them for real, you're just sort of credit feeding through them, they can still be fun. Just see all the content. So I guess the girl in this level doesn't, like, she can't take damage or anything. She's just there for, like, storytelling flavor. Techno slut. Techno, like, for the double dragons, you mean? Yeah, Shadow Mistar. Yeah, that one, yeah. I think that's the one I played. River City Ransom is awesome, though. The exploration and grinding is really fun. It's got a really unique feeling in that game. And combined with this sort of like really charming presentation, it's just a very likable game. It's not just that it's multi. I mean, part of it is just that it's like it's one of the best two-player games you can play on the NES, you know. But it's really fun one-player too, in my opinion. It's just fun to go around, explore, try to find the bosses, find your way around while you're grinding. Like the whole thing, it's just like it's a really good package of a game, even in one player. Yeah, I need to play more Kunio-kun games as well. There's some Super Nintendo ones that look pretty cool that I've never played. I mean, there's a bunch of Kunio games that seem really cool that I have yet to play. Oh, Kunio-kun? Dude, what are your favorite Kunio-kun games, Red Mages, besides just simply... I mean, everybody loves River City Ransom, you know, but that's... I need to know more about the other ones. I need a Kunio-kun expert to come in here and teach me about Kunio-kun. But I should probably just play more of them myself. I've mainly just played the NES ones that were released here. Like Renegade, we played through. Not the biggest fan of Renegade, but that's like really early Kunio-kun, and also it's like, you know, heavily localized. And like, you know, there's sports games or whatever. Dodgeball, good. It's fun. The Super Nintendo one. Oh man, I don't remember too well. What is that? That's a landmine? Oh, and then the little fireballs go all over the place. That's cool, I guess. I never played River City Girls. Nah, that is ways forward. Yeah. Oh, like I don't know what to think about with River City Girls because that kind of seems like more late era Way Forward. I feel like later Way Forward is not as appealing as earlier Way Forward. Like the later Way Forward has more of an emphasis on like wacky storytelling than gameplay. Like all their games are sort of infested with like way too much dialogue. I mean, I can't remember exactly, like the DuckTales remaster has that sort of problem, although it's, you know, it's cool that it has all the old voice actors from the show, but River City Girls, like did they do some of the Shantae games? I don't remember. Top-down POW. Well, but then there's Guerrilla War. Guerrilla War is already top-down POW. But... And Guerrilla War is actually kind of really similar to this game. I think Guerrilla War is better, though. Guerrilla War feels better to play, I feel like. Even though it's just also really easy. Target Renegade. That's coming up soon. I've never tried to play that game for more than 15 minutes. I should try to actually play that and see how far I can get in it. It seems like a pretty bad game, but it does have awesome... Does that have Tim Follin music in it? Alright, so this guy's the final boss. I'm pretty sure. Can I just... Oh. Free on Steam. Go River City Girls. Crash and the Boys. Okay. Didn't the Ketsu Koha Kunio Tachi no Banka? What system is that, Red Mage? Just tell me about that one. How many Super Nintendo ones were there? Kunio-kun games. I mean, I've seen a couple of them streamed. They look cool. Okay, so that's it. We won. We saved the president's daughter. Good job. Good job, me. Exactly, MBD. What's up, MBD? How's it going with you? I agree with both of those sentiments. Yeah, I agree with that, Mr. Leo. I can kind of forgive it for bringing back the voice actors. But it is emblematic of like WayForward's problem. And I feel like their earlier games, they didn't used to have that problem, but their games just became infested with way too much talking. Die Hard Arcade. Oh, I need to play that. The News. Shodai Neketsu Koha Kunio. Yeah, I guess I'm a true Ikari warrior. I credit fed through the game. We continued like 15 times. And we still beat the game in under an hour. So, this game's badly designed. I don't know why. I wonder if the Japanese version is like that. I don't know why, for this game randomly, they decided to have no difficulty. Like, no checkpoints when you die, unlimited continues. Because essentially there's no punishment for dying whatsoever. Very weird for a console game to be that way. You can accept it in arcade games because the arcade games had their own thing going on, but very weird for a console game to be like that. City Connection. Is that the one? Is that the one where you're the car and you paint the little tiles white on the bottom? City Connection. Is that the game I'm thinking of? Oh yeah, I played that before. That game, I remember that being kind of fun. That's kind of a fun game. A little bit awkward to control. And I don't know if the arcade one is better than the NES one. I remember a little bit of, like, it was hard to get like the last little bit of tiles on the edge of platforms. I don't know, let's check out the Japanese version real quick. So this game would be, so you know how people always love to, when they talk about, there's like these myths that people like to throw around. Like they're these memes that have sort of infested popular culture around video games. So like the myths are, number one, the arcade games were made difficult. They're made overly difficult on purpose, to essentially just to like get quarters out of people. Console games were made more difficult because of the rental market. And, well, those are the two, I guess. You know, and then a computer game, and then, of course, console games in Japan, they didn't have a rental market. Like, they just didn't have a rental market at all. And the games are often just as difficult. I mean, you know. And then there's a corollary myth to that, which is that games they were always made harder in America to combat the rental market, which is just bullshit. Like, a lot of games are untouched. Some games are made easier, like this game we just played. And, you know, also like stuff like Super Mario Brothers 3, Mega Man 2, of course, Mega Man 2, with like they put the easy mode in as the normal mode. Oh, the random cat. Oh, that's right. Yeah, dude, I remember that. Remember that being annoying. Yeah. Anyway, I don't. Yeah, it's like stuff like this is really at odds with that. Now, I mean, lots of games were made easier. Like if you start trying to like, you know, account for like, you know, all the games that were made harder or easier, it's like about the same amount of games were made easier as harder, you know, and plenty of the games are unchanged. It's just that's funny. So the Japanese one has the Japanese one's a normal game. It's a normal game that you can play, and it's challenging. You have to actually like learn to play it properly in order to beat it. And it actually has a difficulty. So that's better than the American one. Like, why would they change it to like just give you unlimited continues? If they wanted to give you like more health or more continues, like that's okay. You're driving a Honda car. They didn't officially license, but it is that car. Well, why is it a Honda car? Just because they like Honda? Yeah, I don't really remember that about City Connection. You've been playing that? Who's that? MBD, you've been playing that? What made you want to play that? You know, anything in particular make you want to play that? Or just random? I think it's a cool game, though. Oh, you bought it. I see you bought it at Used Game Store. Man, the first stage music is quite good. It's pretty catchy. There's so many NES gems. Like, there's so many really good NES games. I should try to just get past as many of these guys without fighting them as I can. Let's see how far we can get in the Japanese one. Oh, the slowdown, the slowdown! Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. The water, you got that throw in the water. You can only do while you're in the water. Oh, I want to do the throw. Let me, can I grab this dude? I'll do the throw. Oh. Oh my, what the heck? You can only do the throw while you're in the water. Maybe the kick button should have just been a throw button. Ah, the kick works differently in the NES version. Look at this. Or in the Famicom version. You do spin to the right, but you stay facing the same direction. In the NES one, after you do the kick, you are then facing the direction. You then turn to face the direction that you spun in. So after doing this, you then are facing right, and you press it again, you're facing down. It's very weird with the kick button. It's already like not useful, not a useful button. Oh my god, too many dudes. Try to tank our way past them. Tank our way past them. Abuse the slowdown. Abuse the jump kick. Get to a heart. Get to a heart. Get to a heart. The hearts are full refill. Alright, just keep going forward. Oh, another heart. Leave it. Oh, do those barrels insta-kill us? Dude, those barrels insta-kill us, right? Just keep mashing jump kick. Don't let them do their barrel shit. (1942). Well, that's fair. I mean, you don't really need to play the NES version of 1942. It's an okay early shmup. It's pretty fun to get the wingman as a power-up. You can get the wingman, and that's sort of a little bit... Maybe that's influenced by Galaga, but... It's a very bland shmup otherwise. It's not really worth bothering with all that much. Man, this is going to be way harder when I have to actually... Oh man, when you have to actually dodge his attacks. His explosion insta-kills you? Wow, oh wow man, this is actually tough. In the Japanese version, this seems quite tough. Then you also have like, as far as like games made harder, or made easier for America, you have stuff like Karnov and Ghosts and Goblins, where the Japanese version, you had no continues, and they just give you infinite continues in the American version. This is actually a tough fight. Wow. The Japanese version. Yeah, 1943 is a lot better. The home version of 1943 is a much better version. I mean, 1942 in the arcade was a very early simplistic game, and it's got a bad Micronics port with like really like some of the worst music on the system. Ooh, you can use the jump to save yourself from being insta-killed by having him run over you. Well, see, like, this is actually a real game now, and it's actually fun to try to learn how to dodge this guy's attacks. There's, like, actually patterns to learn, and the fireball insta-kills you, too. Look at that. Does it say how many continues I have on the screen? Doesn't say. But it's 3, huh? Twin Cobra? You think so? I don't remember Twin Cobra being particularly good. I don't remember that. I don't know. Oh, there's probably a safe spot there you can stand where you can just spam your shots without. But that's tricky. Maybe here. Well, I got him anyway. By Micronic standards, Twin Cobra. Yeah, I mean, I think Ikari Warriors. There's Micronics games that I think are good. Like Ghosts and Goblins is Micronics technically. With the Capcom Micronics games, there's like the first couple of Capcom games are Micronics programs. I feel like they. Well, 1942 is Capcom as well. 1942 sucks, but Ghosts and Goblins and what was the other one? I forget. But like, there's a couple of them that. It's pretty reasonable. Like Ghosts and Goblins is a very reasonable and playable game by Micronic standards as well, compared to the other stuff they're coming out with. Like, you know, it doesn't have that like that early jittery scrolling. I don't think that the other ones have. Commando, I think is actually that was the first one that was in-house Capcom. And my memory is fresh on this because I've been going through, I'm uploading all my videos and Commando, my Ghosts and Goblins, some of these other ones. I've been going through all the information about them as I upload all the videos to YouTube from Fliptendo, and I'm like adding new descriptions and stuff. So yeah, Commando's the first one to be in-house Capcom, at least as far as the information online says. Thundercade? Yeah, Thundercade. I remember there was a big dissent in the chat. Oh, I should have saved the grenade for this guy. Damn. Oh, man. That guy insta-kills you, too. This Shurikens. Damn. Insta-kill. This game's like Battletoads. You have, like, a health bar, but, like, there's a lot of things that insta-kill you anyway. Oh, look at that insta-kill. Does he do it every other time? Is that the thing? I guess so. Thundercade certainly is not. It feels like that's a little bit later in the life of the system. Thundercade. I feel like that's 89 or something. And at that point, Micronics was. It seemed like they were starting to get a little bit better, but they didn't really improve. It's like with that game, they went back to being early Micronics, like first year, with like how slow and sluggish that game is compared to the arcade. I still liked it anyway. Like I really wanted to like the game because the power-up system is so cool in that game. It's so cool and satisfying, I suppose. I don't know. I like the power-up system for some reason. But, yeah, what are some other Micronics games that are like... There's some other ones that are okay. That are like, let me think. But I don't remember what they are right now. Not Athena. Athena is Micronics, yeah. I mean, I guess Athena feels badly programmed in a different way from their usual stuff. It doesn't have that, like, customary... I think that Athena... You know what? If you, like, go back and look at the Micronics stuff, this is something that I was turned on to recently. I did not know this at the time of Fliptendo, despite playing all these games in order. But a lot of Micronics games have the same pause sound effect. Not Ghosts and Goblins, though. Notably, Ghosts and Goblins is one of the only early ones that doesn't have it. And Athena would be the other one. Athena has this... I think around Athena, that was a little bit later. Oh, yeah. No. On Yonkatown, that's like one of the worst Micronics games. On Yonkatown is... But that's not a port. A lot of their games were arcade ports. On Yonkatown was like a... Somebody hired them to make that game. Some other company, I guess. Athena is just... It feels a little bit different. It has a different pause sound effect, and it has a little bit of a different feeling. But it's one of the most... I wouldn't say it's one of the most janky. I think my vote for the most jank NES game was not Micronix. It would be maybe Golgo 13 for like its pure jank of like it's just like it's being a variety game with like so many different types of gameplay. Like every single one is bad, or it's not even so much bad. It's just very, very awkward in a unique way. And like I was stunned at like how sloppy so much of Golgo 13 is. But Athena is more broken. It's like Ikari Warriors 1 is just the least fun game. No, it's the least playable game. It's like way down there at the bottom of my list, but like Ghostbusters is the least fun game. Ikari Warriors is the least playable game. And I would say that Athena is like the most broken. It feels like the most broken. It's just because like the game is just so infested with soft locks. Although I learned that the arcade has those soft locks as well, and the arcade is just as... Athena's very, it's got that like Micronix really bad programming, like really bad game feel, like it's very sluggish and jittery and, you know, scrolls bad, and like everything's really slow and, I don't know. Wait, I can't give up yet, because I need to just confirm that this game really does have limited continues. Like, was that the third? That had to have been the third at this point. I feel like I should have used 3 already. Let's keep going. For theme song? I don't know anything about her King of Fighters storyline. I'd like to know more about that. The remix of her theme, what, from like the original game? There's also Psycho Soldier. Is that what it's called? Psycho Soldier, the arcade sequel to Athena? That's like a side view sort of jetpack shooter game, sort of. I played through that once. Pretty cool game. And that one, that's the one that has that theme song as well. Like there was like on a cassette tape, and it's like a J-pop song. Yeah, it's pretty difficult, but you can credit feed through it. So it's like a lot of arcade games. I know, Golgo 13 is awesome. Oh, the maze at the end scared you away? Yeah, it had really big mazes. I also remember the mazes had some pretty crazed traps that were like with lasers or something that was a little bit difficult to figure out. Did I map? I might have mapped. I don't remember if I mapped it or if I just used maps online. It sort of just depends on my mood and how I feel about the game. And I could have maybe gone either way with Golgo 13. But, no, it's just like, Athena... I don't know if it's this way in the arcade one. Like, the arcade one plays... The arcade game is really, really hard. Like, it's unbelievably hard. The NES one, even though it feels like it's worse programmed, it somehow feels much easier. Maybe because it's slower, or maybe because the hitboxes are more in your favor. I don't know. The enemy, I think it could just be because I think that from playing it recently, I think the arcade one just spawns a lot more enemies faster. Whereas the NES one just spawns things slower, and they move slower, and you have more time to deal with everything. I think that's what the difference is. But the NES one is actually, if you know what to do, it's still a pretty hard game, though. It has all sorts of, like, weird things about it. Like, it's extremely obtuse. Athena is an example of a game that I can't really imagine anyone claiming to have beaten it without looking at a cheat sheet or something. Like, without looking at a guide, it seems impossible to do without a guide. Some of the stuff in it is so obtuse. It's at a very high end. You know, stuff like Milon Secret Castle, and even Castlevania 2, I think it's possible to do blind. I think with enough, you know, whether you have the, you know, the willpower to, like, the perseverance to, like, you know, put in the effort to do it is one thing, and, you know, it would depend on luck as well, discovering certain things or not. But But Athena's like a different story. Like, I think you could play Athena forever. Like, you could play it for hundreds of hours, and you're just never gonna. And I do remember that, yeah, like in NES Mania, when TMR was like, if you remember like the first 100 or so games, he was really insistent on trying to do everything blind, and there was a couple games that really broke him out of that, like that forced him to have to resort to. You have to admit that sometimes hints are going to be necessary. And one of those games is Athena, because Athena just cannot be done. I still remember like watching him play Deadly Towers, and he fully finished Deadly Towers blind. That's a tough one blind. The Super Pitfall, yeah. That's another one that I think is maybe not quite as obtuse as Athena. But it's really just kind of like, it has those invisible warps that you have to find. They're mandatory. But like the big problem is just that one. This is it, right? Oh, okay, that was it. Yeah, all right. So there was my continues. I got to the end of stage 2. It's still more fun. I don't know. Let's talk about this game for a second. Let's put all this stuff to the side for a second. This is a good talk. Oh, elevator action is Micronix. That is Micronix. And you know what? That's for a very early port. It's not bad. That's another one that's very weird. I'm sorry. I'm still getting distracted from talking about Ikari III. To be honest, I kind of find Ikari III to be sort of a boring game. So it's easy to get distracted, maybe. But yeah, the really weird thing about the elevator action port, I mean, the original arcade, like we played that recently, the arcade elevator action on my arcade stream. And the arcade one, it doesn't feel like that much more advanced than the NES one. Like, it's a very early arcade game. It's very basic. And the port doesn't, I don't know, it's got maybe a little bit of that sort of Micronix jittery scrolling. I think it has the custom, like the telltale Micronix sound effect, though. But it's actually a decent port, all things considered, for Micronix. But except there's just one thing about it, though. For some reason, in the NES version, the bullets shoot like about 5 times as fast. Like, the enemy bullets they're a moderate speed across the screen in the arcade one, and the NES one, the dudes they fly across the screen super fast, and your bullets do too. All the bullets move super fast as compared to the arcade one. And that's a strange change, especially for like Micronix. You would never think of Micronix as like adding speed to a game. No, I need to check out let's check out the arcade right now. I need to check it out, actually. But okay, I will rate this game. I've played this before. I might have a rating in here already. I'm going to guess that Flipsider from the past. I'm thinking this would have been when I first made the sheet about 10 years ago. I'm going to guess that Flipsider from the past gave this game a 5. Let's see what Flipsider of the past gave this game. If he maybe I didn't even rate this game. Oh. I never put it in the sheet. Maybe I hadn't played it at the time I made this sheet, or maybe I just felt like I couldn't be bothered. Look at my ratings for Ikari Warriors 1 and 2. Ikari Warriors 1, 0. It is one of the least playable games. But like, even if you can use cheats, you can use the code, the infamous ABBA code. It doesn't matter. The game is still like an incredible slog. It is one of the worst games. Like, I do think so. The Ikari Warriors 2, I think, is cool. It's underrated. People don't appreciate it enough. In fact, I think this should be a 7 for Ikari Warriors 2, to be quite honest. I'm going to change it right. Dude, I'm changing it right now. Wait, no, I might come back and change that. Maybe not right now. 5 or 6. Yeah, I want to say 5 for this game. Like, it's well made. Generally, like, it's generally well made. Oh, I left my ring downstairs again. When I was washing the dishes, I keep putting my ring by the microwave. Guys, I left my wedding ring downstairs. Don't tell my wife. She's asleep right now in the Philippines. Could have been so much better. It's sad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the arcade game is okay. Maybe the arcade game's a little bit bland as well. Like, maybe it's kind of repetitive. I don't know if the arcade is that great. But I know that with Ikari 2, I definitely prefer the NES one. I feel like the things that the NES one adds makes it better. Um, but Ikari 3, I like some of the other SNK games. I think I like better. Like did they made like Guerrilla War and POW, right? They always made like the military stuff. Skittles, what's up, Skittles? You got here just in time for us to trash talk Ikari Warriors 3. What did they make? They made let's see. That's afterwards. Alpha Mission was their first game. Kind of a okay port of that shmup, which when I played it for Fliptendo the first time, there was a problem with invisible bullets, and I still don't know to this day if that's an emulation problem or just a problem with the original game. I want to go back to Alpha Mission one of these days. Ikari Warriors 1, Athena, is their game as well. Athena is such a I want to like I sort of want to like Athena despite all of its problems. Jongbo, do you guys remember Jongbo? That was a Breakout or Arkanoid clone, except with mahjong tiles that you were hitting. And I think maybe you were trying to make a mahjong hand. That was very unique. Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf. I don't remember that at all, but I gave it a 6, so I guess it was decent. Ikari Warriors 2. Iron Tank. Like of all their military games, Iron Tank is one that is up there for me. That I like quite a bit. Iron Tank is really cool. I love its music too. Famicom Meijin, I don't remember that too well. They made a football game. Guerrilla Wars, pretty cool game, pretty fun. Oh yeah, Alpha Mission did get a sequel. I've never seen that game. Well, I've seen it for about 3 seconds. Tomiya Kenden, Baseball Stars, POW, pretty good beat 'em up for NES. Baseball game, and then Ikari Warriors 3. So, yeah, they make a lot of military stuff. Yeah, this game's okay. It's very weird how they removed... Skittles, how's it going today? Skittles, oh, let me give you guys a quick convention refresher. I didn't give it to Mr. Leo either. SakaiCon. I went to SakaiCon this weekend. As you guys know, I'm back from SakaiCon. It was good. Very small con in their first year, so I actually kind of didn't expect that much. And as I was going, I was thinking to myself, oh man, I'm probably wasting my time. But it turned out to be way better than I thought it would. And I had double the sales of the supposedly more professional con, OkiCon in Oklahoma, which was terrible. It's like one of the worst conventions I've ever been to. So I was happy. I was happy with what I did. I was happy with the con, which was in Ohio. And now I'm back to do more Fliptendo. Crystalis, that's coming up. It's up here. There it is, 863. I'm excited to get to that. It's been a while since I played it. Probably over 10, maybe 15 years. Oh, Heavy Barrel. Yeah, Heavy Barrel to me kind of has the same problem as this game. Like, it's just a little bit boring. Oh, yeah, it's like right there. Well, that's Data East. I guess they are similar, though, aren't they? Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I don't know. This game's fine. Like, it does have some good music. Although, it feels weird to me how the music is, like, too reminiscent of Crystalis. The music and the sound effects were reused in Crystalis later. It's too much stuff that is like Crystalis, and that makes the game feel odd to me. Especially since the theme is so different. Skittles, no! Wait a second, guys. Wait. I've got to go grab my ring. Hold on a second, guys. Listen to this Ikari Warriors music until I get back. Wait, don't listen to advertisements. Hold on. There you go. Guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Hey guys, what's up? What are you guys talking about? Image fight, low G man. It's good music, yeah. It's good music. That's good music for our reviews. Rad Gravity. You're talking about games that don't stand out. Low G man kind of stands out though for like the. Don't you like jump super high in that game? The game Image Fight, I don't remember. We're gonna see if it stands out soon. A Lennar game. You know, Lennar is the makers of Deadly Tower. Yeah, Rad Gravity stands out for having awful music. That's why it stands out. He does kind of look like Bruce Campbell, though, that dude. Yeah, Codename Viper is good. It's a very good. It's basically taking Rolling Thunder and just sort of reskinning that for like a home version. It's just a reskin of Rolling Thunder. It might be better than Rolling Thunder in some ways. Low G Man, just a UFO 50 game. Maybe it should be. No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna give this game. So we beat it because anybody could beat this game. It's extremely easy. Like this is probably the easiest NES game. Easier even than stuff like Little Mermaid. It's the unlimited continues is just inappropriate for the game. It's just it's crazy. It should really have limited continues. If they wanted to make it easier, they could have made it like 5 or something, or 6. But I don't know. It's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. It's inappropriate from like a game design standpoint. Like it doesn't make any sense. But the Japanese one seems like it'd be fun to try to like play through and learn. I still find the game not that great, even though it's still kind of polished. But like, I don't know. It's cool from like a presentation sort of standpoint. I just don't really think the combat feels very good. Like the punching, I don't know. I just don't think it feels that good. But I don't know. It's okay. It's certainly not a bad game. So let's make our little ranking for it. As long as it goes underneath Ikari II. It must go underneath Ikari Warriors II. So, yeah. I think down here somewhere. Let's take a look here. Sansu 4 through 6. I just uploaded that on my YouTube. We should take a look at my YouTube real quick. There's Thundercade. I rated that way higher than people thought that I should. But I don't care. I enjoyed it. I mean, I somewhat enjoyed it. The easiest NES game that doesn't have any continues? Super Mario Brothers 3? That could be. I think Super Mario Brothers 3 does have continues. Doesn't Super Mario Brothers 3 have continues? I feel like it does. It doesn't have continues. That's well, you'd probably be. I mean, there's. You know, you could like the really early games. It would probably be like Donkey Kong. Like I played through like Donkey Kong technically has no continues, and I still played through it in like 4 minutes. Both the home port of Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. seem much easier than their arcade counterparts, and especially since to do a full loop is easier because you get the full loop. They took the Pi Factory out, and you get all 3 stages in the first loop. So really, like the first loop of the game constitutes beating it. Whereas the arcade, you definitely have to do like 3 loops, I would think. And the same thing with Donkey Kong Jr. Well, Donkey Kong Jr. is just really hard, the arcade one. But I think the original Donkey Kong is a little bit easier. Well, I mean, just based on my time. I don't know. It'd probably be something like that. Or some other, like, early arcade style game where you just have to, like, play through 1 loop of it. And it's, like, relatively easy to do that. You know, if you think that counts for beating it. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers 3. It does have continues. I thought it did. Yeah, I think Mario 3 is pretty challenging. And like some of those later stages, especially the Dark World stage 8, it does get pretty challenging. Yeah, original Super Mario Brothers 1. It's just like with Mario 3 and Mario 1. I mean, with all the Mario games, they're really only easy if you use the warps. If you take advantage of all the secrets and like warp and stuff. Mario 2 is probably the hardest of those three. Mario 3 is, even if you do use the warps to go straight to stage 8, you still have to deal with stage 8. Stage 8 is pretty tough. Some pretty tough stuff. DuckTales. Yeah, DuckTales would be, if we're discounting arcade stuff, but like, a game with like an ending, only games with like clear cut endings. DuckTales does have no continues, but yet it's still pretty easy. You just kind of have to learn the game. Like once you learn certain things about it, it gets easier real fast. Like it seems surprisingly hard at first because you remember it being easy, but like it only takes like a couple hours to get over the hump, and then you're like, oh yeah, it is easy. Yeah, I still Deathless. I've never done that either. MBD. I haven't. I want to go back to Super Mario Brothers 1 and beat it warpless on stream because I don't think I ever did that. Uh, but anyway, yeah. So yeah. So did I put it in here? I didn't. In my Fliptendo rankings, I'm gonna put it down here somewhere. I think maybe because it's more towards like a 4.5 than a 5 because it's kind of in the middle because I just feel a little bit lukewarm about it, even though like I recognize, I do think it would be more fun to play the Japanese version. So that the fact that the Japanese version exists and is a more fun version of the game, that sort of bumps up its points a little bit. So maybe it should be up here actually, around door. Astro Robo Saga. Do you guys remember Astro Robo Saga? Oh, Astro Robo Sasa. Who remembers that game? I like that game. Well, there's a lot of games right around in this area. I'll put it. Maybe I'll put it like here. Whatever. What was Bakusho Jinsei Gekijo? No memory of whatever that is. Bakujo Jinsei Gekijo. What's that? No memory of that. I know what Dor and Millipede and Astro Robo Sasa is. I don't really remember Family Composer. I remember like a couple of different games that were composing music games. Well, I mean, let's not get distracted. Anyway, that's another game technically beaten, so I can bump my beaten games up by 1, so that's good. Millipede? I don't know. What are next? Do you guys want to? Well, before we go on to the next game, I believe that it was Mr. Leo with the good idea that we really should look at the arcade one because I don't think I've ever seen the arcade version of Ikari 3, and I'd kind of like to see what it's like. Wouldn't you guys like to see that? Oh, it does use a rotary joystick, though. No, wait a second. There's 2 versions. There's one with rotary and there's one with 8-way. Let me try the 8-way one. Well, I wanted to see it at least. Let's see if we can play it. All right, we're going to check out the arcade version of Ikari 3. All
President of Canada's child has been kidnapped by an enemy terrorist party. Top officials have asked the two best soldiers. Whatever. These two men. Something. Here they come. Ha! They have been tricked by our false information. Let's start our rescue. Whoa, look at this, dude. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Look at the arcade looks for Ikari 3. Damn.
I know, I've got to do that, Skittles. But it doesn't matter for this game, right? Wait, I need to see that. I need to see the intro again. Dude, you're Rambo in every Ikari Warriors game. You're also kind of Rambo in Contra as well. There's a lot of games where you are Rambo, because Rambo is awesome. Oh no, I screwed it up. How many games are there where you're just Rambo? You're just like a commando dude, bare-chested, with a headband. That's just like signature Rambo. Guys, let's listen to the Rambo theme. Good idea.
Poor Rambo.
These two men were born to
His
fight.
name
Here
is
they come.
Rambo. He really likes coke. Poor Rambo.
Shut up for a second, Ikari Warriors. I need to hear my song.
Poor
Rambo. Bidaboo, bidaboo, ooh. He is Rambo. He really loves
likes
coke.
coke.
Poor Rambo. It's not the best lyrics for the Rambo song. No, Ko is the name. Ko is the name of the woman from Rambo, the Vietnamese love interest woman who helps him. Her name was Ko. Okay, let's play Ikari 3. He might like Coke as well. Maybe he likes Coke Zero. Yeah, he does, Mr. Leo. I like that game. I like the Rambo Zelda 2 clone. Ooh. Top officials have asked the two best soldiers to secretary to secretly take action on this matter. These two men were born to fight. Okay, we can play now. We can play. Oh man, you can see how they tried to interpret that for the NES version. Like in the NES one, like in his, instead of seeing the tanks, the trucks like that, you see them in his reflected in his glasses or something. Okay, wait. So what are the buttons here? I have the punch, which can be diagonal as well. Look at that. And there's like this button does a punch that swings to the side sometimes. Oh no, it just happens to be punched a lot. And that's it? There's no kick? No kick in there? Huh, there's no kick. Okay. No jump either. Pretty sick that you start in the water. So the weird kick in the NES one doesn't exist in the arcade one, apparently. Game's got an awesome look. You still got that great music. He's rushing at you with a bony knife. Can I jump now? There's no jump and there's no spin kick. It's just... Wait. Oh no, there is a jump. It's this button. Oh wait, I can kick. Wait. Oh, what? Oh, this button is now kick. He doesn't do a weird spin kick, though. His kick is way faster in this version. It seems like it could actually be useful. Oh, he just throws it right away. Oh! Can I just credit speed my way through this game? don't know if I want to take the time to play through this whole game right now, but it kind of does look awesome. Oh, they grab you from behind. Look at that. I don't know. Why would you ever play the NES version when you could play this? This seems way more awesome. Like, the big character sprites are really appealing looking in this game. Like, these big, chunky sprites. Look how good these sprites look. How he, like, throws them off of them like that. Look at that. Why is that dude red now? Those barrels seem useless, though, in this version. In the NES one, they, like, insta-kill everything on the screen. Yeah, this could have made not a mediocre Genesis game. This could have made a good Genesis. Oh, look, I got a knife now. There was no knife in the NES version. Oh, who's this guy? It looks like Polnareff from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Look at this dude. Oh my god, this guy's tough. Even with my knife. Okay. Knife feels good though. You're not a fan of the water animation. Oh, I died. I can still get the knife back? He took it! Oh, I got it back. Look at that. You can get the knife back. The ceiling. Is that annoying? I think it's cool. Like, it adds, like, a sort of cinematic presentation to the game. Like, it makes it feel like you're inside of a hangar. I think it's cool. I like the ceiling. I like this ceiling above you. Ooh, you can get a gun. I want the gun. How do I get the gun? I can't drop the knife, though. Oh, I dropped it. Okay, can I get the gun? No, it's off the screen. Oh, no. This game's got weapons you can pick up. That's something like out of Double Dragon. I think the NES one didn't have that. So instead of a black screen, now the boss, this truck thing is coming out of, like, a garage, and it's, like, right there. It dies way easier than the NES one. That's just a mid-boss. Oh. Oh, look at this. You have limited ammunition on the gun. So that's too bad. Yeah, this game's pretty awesome. Oh my god. There's a copper boss in this game that's not in the NES version. Oh, look at this. My gun's out of ammo. How do I get rid of it? Dude, how do I throw my gun away? I guess I'll just take damage. I can take this guy's gun. You probably need the gun to do damage to this helicopter. You need it, and like more dudes are gonna spawn with guns. Oh, man, he dies pretty quick. I don't know what that means to the 20 kilometers from death that it's showing there. I don't understand that at all. It means aware that we tricked them. Well, there's actual storytelling in the arcade one. Why would they not include that in the NES one? Let's rescue the hostage right now. We got the inappropriate music that sounds like casino music in the arcade version as well. Although I like it. It's so swanky for like what's going on. I guess it's supposed to be like sneaking into a bass music, but we're farther from death. I don't understand. I mean, it's awesome. Dude, it's another Polnareff. This sounds like the music from one of those pool games in NES. Break Time? Bum, bum, bum. It reminds me of the Break Time music from the NES pool game. That same music. Yeah, this game's pretty awesome. Uh-oh. Do I continue? Sure. I guess. Why not?
Yeah, knife.
Leisure Suit Rambo. Now, what happened to my knife? It evaporated. That's like, those guys just kept stun-locking me until I died. Cool. This definitely seems like it'd be a hard 1cc. But it does seem like it'd be fun to go for. I'd much rather try to 1cc this than the NES one. Yeah, I hope so. Oh, wait, the truck is back. But the truck, it's a tank now. This is not in the NES one. I hope that Skittle continued. Metal Gear Solid 2. It's gonna make me feel guilty. You played the rest. You were right at the end. Okay, that's good, Skittles. Apparently I'm a bad friend. I'm sorry, Skittles. Did the NES one have a gun? Yeah, MBD, it did have a... But you only got it in boss fights against a vehicle. So only in the first and 5th stage, I think, for those bosses. And otherwise, there was no gun you could pick up for the... There was no knife you could pick up. Kind of a shame. Yes, that's what I was... It totally made you know what the end was gonna be. Skittles, so you finished it now. I was only trying to allude to what Mr. Leo just said. That, with the Colonel, that's what I was trying to allude to. So I don't know what I told you. All I said was that if you got to the part where it felt like reality was crumbling or something. I don't know how you would get the Colonel's rant out of that. Yeah, all of his, like, crazed Kodak stuff. That whole part of the game, like the music in that part, when the Colonel's going crazy, that's what I meant by, like, it feels like reality is, like, coming apart. Like, that's that part. That's my favorite part of that game. It's such a good part of the game that it automatically, like... I mean, it's a good game. I like Metal Gear Solid 2. I don't like it as much as 1 and 3. But that part is, like, one of my favorite parts in any Metal Gear Solid game. Or, I don't know, maybe any game. Such a good part. They just love that because it's like... Was it the Colonel, or was like were there other people as well going crazy? Can't remember if it was just the Colonel. I love how it's just so surreal that the Colonel's all of a sudden. Yeah, Rose too a little bit. Right. I thought something like that. It really gives you this, like, what the hell is going on feeling. I love that. I love it when a game does that. What did you think about that, Skittles? Did you like that? Do you understand now that that's what I was trying to allude to? I need to replay. There's so many games I need to play. I'd love to replay all the Metal Gear Solid games on stream. I've never streamed a Metal Gear Solid game. Well, I've only streamed Metal Gear Solid 5, actually. A long time ago, I streamed some Metal Gear Solid 5. back when I was playing through that for the first time. But that's all. I haven't played the classic ones. The monkeys with the Yoshis, that's funny. Forgot about that. Because the monkeys were from Ape Escape? I think. You almost pasted your thoughts, but you don't want to make me feel bad. Aw, Skittle, you don't have to hold back on my account. It's alright. We want to know your thoughts. It doesn't matter if it makes me feel bad. I should just shut up and take it. I deserve the punishment. Just tell me the truth. Well, that part that Flipsider loved, I thought it was really stupid. You know, that part, I just hated that part. And, I don't know, it was a stupid game. And it was ruined because Flipsider spoiled it to me, even though he didn't really... The ending went too far. They kind of... They all have endings that go too far, kind of. I mean, they're so melodramatic. It works for the first game, but they're also... Well, I don't know, I mean, it gets pretty crazy towards the ends. If you mean like it's too crazy, or if it's too melodramatic. I mean, I remember a bunch of speeches. Trying to I remember the final boss. I remember a bunch of speeches about... What was it about again? Society? I don't remember exactly. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3 is the best one. I'm not alone. Many people think 3 is the best one. It's really good, and it definitely has the best ending easily of any of them. Like it doesn't have like one of these Kojima endings where it's like 22 different speeches and it's really, really preachy. Like Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 kind of both have that. But 3 is just like extremely sophisticated with its ending. It's all else. It's just very it's probably the most sophisticated. I mean, the whole story is on another level. It's like it's Kojima at his best, in my opinion. I mean, it's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe Mr. Leo agrees. So, you know, I'm not spoiling anything, right? Like, I'm just saying what I think about that. I think that it's good. I think it's well written. And it's sort of largely free from Kojima's excess for the most part. I mean, it has a lot of Kojima excess, but just like the good excess. Guys, they moved the hostage somewhere else. We must find him. There's 3. Rumination of the nature of a sequel. It's funny, like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's said about, like, a lot of things that are about the nature of sequels or about the nature of series or remakes, like things that become that. Is it? I never really knew that about. I never thought that, or I haven't really heard that about Metal Gear Solid 3. Is it? Trying to recreate the first game, but the game itself and the in-game plot. Pretty clever. That's a good one. I've heard that interpretation of 2 before. I remember, like, what I remember about it was that it was, like, broadly speaking, sort of like about... It's one of those, like, Kojima's, like, ahead of its time things where it's sort of predicting social media, kind of. And the dangers of social media. Or something like that. Yeah, Gremlins 2. Gremlins 2 is like a parody of that. Gremlins 2 is very clever. Oh yeah, that's right, Mr. Leo. Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that is very clever. That's very clever. There's a lot of clever things. Kojima's a pretty clever guy. He gets full of himself sometimes, but his games have a lot of clever ideas in them. This game's cool, but it is a bit repetitive. It feels maybe more repetitive than the NES game because it's like slower. You can't just kind of jump past all the enemies like you can in the... I kind of like in the NES one that you can just jump past all the enemies, or not all of them. A lot of them you can just like jump past and just ignore. In this one you have to like deal with like every enemy, and maybe there's like more enemies in this one. I don't know. Kind of too many enemies in this game. It feels slower paced. But I mean, if you're trying to 1cc it, would be a lot more exciting. Since when you're just credit feeding through it, there's like no excitement. So it's just like a lot of arcade games are like that. Yeah, Red Mages, when are you gonna play a Metal Gear Solid game? Well, maybe I need to stream it so that you can just like play it vicariously through me. Then you won't have to play it. That's what I should do. I love this game's look, though. It's got a very appealing look. But I don't know if this is really that fun to play. The combat feels way better in this version, though. It feels way better, for sure. Pretty cool if you can hold on to the knife. But it's just kind of long-winded. Ooh. The boss fights seem way cooler in this version. What was the boss of stage 2? Wait a second. I guess I was zoning out or something, and what was the boss of stage 2? In the NES game, it's like that fat dude that throws landmines or something? Wait a second. Guys, is anybody paying attention? Can anybody tell me what the boss of stage 2 was? Because my brain didn't process it at all. I have like no idea whatever the boss was that I was fighting. What was it? What was the boss? Somebody know? There's so many dudes in this game. So many dudes. Your face. I'll give you a solid snake. Alright, this is some good dialogue back and forth between Red Mages and Skittles. Very precious. I'm glad this has transpired on this day. This day of battle and combat. You know what, I take back what I said before. I don't think I would enjoy trying to do 1cc in this game. Because this is kind of like... It's too repetitive, it's too much of fighting the same dudes over and over again. I don't know. What? 10 kilometers from death. What? Dude, what is that? So that's some sort of timer. Oh, that's like a timer mechanic? It goes back up... it goes back up to 25 when you continue. So that's like a timer? So you have to constantly keep moving or something? Or else something happens like an explosion? We never saw what that did in the NES one because I was dying so much. There's like something following you and it kills you. Ah, that's what that is. The game, the way it's designed, like you're dying so much and continuing so much, you know, for like a normal casual play, that you never have any idea that that's even a timer. Oh, I guess you fight this same tank enemy as a mid-boss in every stage, huh? He's just simply like, he's a boss in the NES one, but in the arcade. Does this machine gun have a range of about like 2 meters? Like, that's weird. Wait, look at this. Look, the machine gun barely goes halfway across the screen. Like, what's up with that? Why is that? Nah, I don't think I would enjoy going for a 1cc of this game. The game's not as cool as I thought it might be. It's a little too repetitive. But I do still love the look of it. The look of the chunky, big chunky sprites and the art. It's cool. I don't know how to drop the gun once you're on the bullets either. You're quite Pliston, yeah. That was funny. So Skittles, what's next? You've played Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, but you're not going to go right into 3, right? You gotta play something else. What's going to be next? What's going to be your palate cleanser? Are you going to do a full playthrough of all the Ikari Warriors games? Escape from LA. I don't think Escape from LA is the most shit Carpenter movie, though. Escape from LA is only shit compared to New York. It's okay. Escape from LA is... It's kind of a... It's the effects are really bad. It's a retread of New York, you know. But it's all right. It's still kind of entertaining. It's not that shit. It's not that shit, in my opinion. I want to see what this kilometer from death thing is. We just stand there. Oh, dude, this guy's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me before I find out. Oh no. What's the most shit? Well, for starters, it's not the most shit either, but Ghosts of... I would way rather rewatch Escape from LA than Ghosts of Mars. Ghosts of Mars sucks. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I really didn't like Vampires, the James Woods movie. It seems like a movie that I should like, but I really didn't. I couldn't even get through that movie. And I don't remember what it was I didn't like about it. Was it the writing? I don't know. Ghosts of Mars is one of the first ones, if I recall correctly, that he doesn't do the soundtrack for. Oh, we rescued the kid already in stage 3. Damn, you rescued the kid in stage 3 of this game. You don't rescue them until stage 5 of the NES game. This is a cutscene. I'm not controlling that. Whoa, what is... Oh my goodness. Look at this story, though. Oh, the child has been taken again. Okay, never mind. Whoa, was there a jungle stage in the NES one? I don't remember a jungle stage. You can hear my brain trying to like it? What? No. I'm just saying. No, I could sit through Escape from LA again. It's a watchable movie. I think it's much more, you know, maybe you could describe it as like ghetto compared to Escape from New York. It's kind of a ghetto retread with like, it's much sillier and stupider. It's much more like, I mean, there's parts like I remember the Bruce Campbell cameo where he's playing like what the doctor or whatever, and the mad doctor. That was like not nearly as good as it should have been, the concept. There's a lot of stuff about it. I like the basketball scene. That's from LA, right? I like that. I like the ending. I think I like the villain of it. I mean, there's stuff about it that's okay. It's still Kurt Russell. It's got terrible effects everyone remembers the really bad submarine effects at the beginning of the movie. No, but like Ghosts of Mars sucks. Ghosts of Mars, I think I've tried to sit through it twice, and I just cannot bring myself to watch the whole movie. So yeah, I interrupted myself. I do this a lot, but I didn't finish my thought. What I was trying to say before, like the soundtrack, it's a really bad soundtrack. I think it's the first soundtrack that Carpenter didn't do. It's like metal music or something. It's terrible. It's a terrible soundtrack. It's a movie that seems like it should be cool. It's got a cool concept. But it's so not way worse. Way worse. I would go as far as to say way worse. Maybe I should rewatch Vampires. Because that one I watched, that was a long time ago. That was like 20 or 25 years ago. I remember not liking it, but I remember nothing about it. Some of his movies since then, like, let's see, what else has he done? I didn't see it, but there's this movie called The Ward that everybody says is terrible. I didn't see it, though. What did he do after Ghosts of Mars? I feel like there was a couple others that were really bad, wasn't there? Videodrome is Cronenberg, though. Videodrome's amazing. When I did my Cronenberg rewatch recently, like that was still one of the best ones. The Ward's fine. It just seemed I heard it was bad, but I didn't actually see it. I believe it. Okay, well then I guess Ghosts of Mars. Of all the ones I've seen, that's the most shit. But remind me what came after Ghosts of Mars. That's true. I mean, I like James Woods. Don't get me wrong. So yeah, I'm surprised I didn't like it either. What else? I mean, Videodrome would be the best James Woods. Oh, that's why you said double feature, because it's this called James Woods. Yeah. Is Videodrome the best James Woods movie? What do you think? I think I haven't seen. Maybe I don't remember. I feel like I haven't seen that many James Woods. I like the movie with Michael J. Fox, The Hard Way. You see The Hard Way, where James Woods plays a hard-boiled cop, and Michael J. Fox plays like a soft actor who's trying to learn from him. That's pretty good. That's a pretty entertaining movie. I always liked that one. Could watch that one again. And then what else? What else is James Woods in? He's like in some praised, like, kind of like cult movies or something. What else is he in that's good? He's awesome, though. I mean, I always like James Woods. Cat's Eye. I don't really remember Cat's Eye. That's some kind of horror movie, I know, but I don't remember that. Can you throw dudes in this game? I feel like I was about to throw. I was about to throw one of these, or maybe I imagined it. Look, he's... Well, I don't know. If you can, it seems impossible. Hercules. Let's see. Oh, you can do jump kicks. You can jump kicks in this game. That's a way to go. Guys, the next game coming up is Image Fight by Lennar. Does anybody... That's a shmup, right? That's some sort of janky shmup by Lennar, the makers of Deadly Towers. I don't remember that game at all. In the Mouth of Madness? Here's my thought. James Woods is not in it. But Sam Neill is. Who's better, James Woods or Sam Neill? For crazed leading men. In the Mouth of Madness is awesome. I mean, you know, like, it's... That's up there. When people, like, talk about the upper echelon of, like, Carpenter stuff, like, that's up there. It's sort of like... You could call it, like, a cult classic. Maybe, like, a hidden gem. I want to see what happens when the counter goes down to 0. Let's just wait. Oh, that's the one that's 3 horror movies. Oh, it's coming back to me now. Possession. Red Letter Media just did a review of that. I don't I don't remember Possession at all. I don't remember what that is. I didn't see that Red Letter Media yet. Big Smokes. Dick Morrison. Ruthless Consequences. Wait, what? Is that part of Cat's Eye? What's that? Your mission has failed, the enemy has captured you. Oh, is that what happens? Oh, okay. For a second I thought it was the whole game was gonna end. Alright, we needed to see that screen, that's okay. I think it might have put me back at the beginning of the stage though, I don't know. It's a video nasty. Possession? Okay, yeah, another one to put on the list then. Another one to put on the list, Red Mages. Alright. You gotta like put all these in the Discord so I remember. Dude, that sounds awesome. I feel like I saw that at some point, maybe when I was a young child. Like just watching crazed horror movies. Clip Boost, what's up? I'm playing Ikari Warriors 3 on arcade. We just played through and finished Ikari Warriors on NES. And now we're playing the arcade version. And it looks amazing. It has an awesome look. But it's kind of repetitive. So, it's not my favorite, but I think I'm going to try to do a full playthrough here. We have to see the whole game for Ikari 3. We have to experience both the NES and arcade version. How are you? How are things going with you? And we're talking about just random stuff. We were talking before about what? We were talking about video games. We were talking about Kojima and Metal Gear Solid 2. Now we're talking about John Carpenter movies and or horror movies. Talking about all kinds of stuff. I mean, you know, we're a little bit backed up. We got a lot of discussion to have because I've been streaming like 4 or 5 days. It's been a convention. The KaiCon was good, by the way. It was a good convention for me. Like, now that you've described that to me, Skittles, I totally forgot that was the story in that. I really want to rewatch that, like, immediately. I'm really excited to rewatch that. Now, Cat's Eye? Sounds awesome. Why am I not watching that right now? I need to watch that right now. Damn. I wonder if my wife would watch that with me. Oh, we were talking about what are the worst John Carpenter's movies. Ghost of Mars and The Ward. Is that it? That's all he did since Ghost of Mars was The Ward? I thought there was a couple other things. Really? Huh. Okay, so my vote for the worst Carpenter movie would be Ghost of Mars. I can't really say The Ward because I haven't seen it. I just heard bad things, but Red Maiden is contradicting that. And I also didn't like vampires, but I barely remember it. Red Maiden says I'm wrong about that too. He's probably right, but I stand by Ghost of Mars being the worst one. I can't bring myself to sit through the entire movie. I did not know that, Clipboard. Well, it might have sucked. It probably would have been worse than Escape from LA. I don't know. What other movie? Let's see. What other movies? Let's go through the whole John Carpenter biography, okay? Like, the best movies are... I think usually people will go with either Escape from New York, Halloween, or maybe Big Trouble in Little China. What do people usually say are the best ones? I might go with Halloween. The Thing. Right. Yeah, that would be the one. That would be the big one that would be the most popular choice. It's hard to go against that. But I think Halloween is right up there with The Thing too. And Escape from New York, and Big Trouble in Little China is right up there too. Those, I guess those would be the best. And then, you know, The Fog is really good as well. The Thing, The Fog. They Live is not one of his best necessarily, but very entertaining movie. Big Trouble Little China, of course. Every Kurt Russell movie, everything he did with Kurt Russell. Just having Kurt Russell as like a lead in so many of his movies is so. I say Jason Statham, thanks, dude. Yeah. Oh, Assault from Precinct 13. That's a really good one. I haven't seen that in so long. Oh man, it's been so long since I've seen that one. That's a really good. It's kind of like a zombie movie, like in an inner city with like this gangs playing the part of the zombies. The movie's so cool. And there's like a little bit of like a Western kind of thing going on with like the main characters. Yeah, the movie's awesome. There was a remake to that. I never bothered to see it. I heard it was bad. No point. Yeah, They Live is awesome. What else? Did he do... There's one movie that I think is considered to be lesser. It's like The Invisible Man with like Chevy Chase. Was it Chevy Chase as the Invisible Man? That's a Carpenter movie, right? And there's also, I think, is one called Madame Butterfly, which I haven't seen. That's like one of the few ones I've never seen. It is raw. Yeah, it's very raw. Like the beginning of the movie, like I think like doesn't like a lady and like a child get gunned down, and that's like the thing that starts the movie on. Yeah, it's pretty raw. Can't stand Chevy. I like Chevy Chase. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, he's kind of an asshole, and he's like very, very self-centered. But I like him anyway. I've always liked him, but the early Chevy Chase is better before he got too full of himself. And he's the, yeah, I mean, some of his vehicles. Like, the vacation movies are pretty good. But really, mainly just the first and third one. Some of his, more just kind of generic comedies, where he's just, like, kind of bland. Like, the asshole Chevy Chase is the best. When he's playing an asshole, I like the Fletch movie. Well, I've never seen the second one. I like the first one. Maybe I like him when he plays an asshole because he's just naturally good at it. I think that Christmas Vacation's like kind of a classic movie though. I like it better than the first Vacation movie. And he's awesome in the what's the golfing movie again? Caddyshack. He's really funny in that movie. Yeah, I like him in stuff like that. I like him in some of the early comedies. And what else? I don't know. You know, look, one movie he's in that's really weird is you know that movie Nothing But Trouble. I've always had kind of like a soft spot for that movie, Nothing But Trouble. I think some people do. Like, it's such a crazed, insane movie. Like the whole movie is unappealing. Chevy Chase is kind of unappealing in it. Like he plays an asshole in that, which is like, but he's kind of an unlikable asshole. But which is kind of a weird choice and like a bad choice for the movie. Guys, what do you guys think about this game now? Are you guys is anybody entertained by this game anymore? Man, when you first start playing this movie, it looks so appealing. Movie. Sorry, I'm not good at talking sometimes. Sorry. Oh, he was standing in the water for a second there. I'm constantly getting one shot killed by the logs. Man, this game's kind of really repetitive, isn't it? Damn, it looks so awesome, though. If only this was like a 15-minute game, it'd be amazing. Who would want to learn to 1cc this? It just would take forever. Attempts would take forever. Even if you're good at it. Anyway, just wondering if anybody is into this game. Well, I mean, kind of, but like it's related. I've always felt like I should have done more arcade streams alongside Fliptendo. I should have showed off more arcade versions of some of the games we were playing. And so I know, like a game like this, it doesn't take that long. I mean, this is taking longer than the NES one. This is really long. I thought the NES one is a little bit repetitive too. Well, no, the NES one's not repetitive. It's great that you can like just like skip a lot. Oh, that was the boss. This arcade version is missing the awesome boss music from the NES version. Whatever the boss music is there, like I couldn't hear it at all. Oh man, like this game you know what? I can't. This game takes too long. That game is really long-winded. Like it's really long-winded. I really wanted to like that game. But it's kind of a slog. Wow. It's just kind of the same stuff over and over again. The NES one doesn't really have that problem. The NES's problem is just that the combat feels better in the arcade version. The NES one, the combat doesn't feel good at all. It feels weird. It feels weird. Like it's like it doesn't feel satisfying punching the dudes. Like it's hard to the hitboxes just kind of feel weird, I guess. It feels okay with the punching, I guess. The kick, the spin kick that they added in is just like really strange and like useless. But like the most effective thing is just a jump kick through all the stages, which, you know, is weird, doesn't feel that great. But at least it's not long-winded. At least the stages themselves go by much quicker. And I think the music's better in the NES one. Let's rate the arcade version. Here, let's just look at what the rest of the game looks like. Because I can't be bothered to finish it. I just can't be bothered. Red Mages is right. I'm wasting my time with that game. It's not good. Okay. All right. I just want to see what the final boss looks like. I don't care about anything else. Yeah, how far were we? Here's stage 4. I played through that. Here's stage 5. There was still like a whole third of the game left. It was going to take over an hour. That's like really long for an arcade game. This game is way too long. It's just way too much of like this, like the same dudes jumping out at you over and over again. It's a slog. Not enough variety. You fight this Polnareff dude way too many times. That guy's the boss again. There's not as many cool, unique bosses. The first stage had like the 2 mini bosses, and then the final boss. But after that, I don't think there was really many bosses. I think the truck appears the tank appears a couple more times. The same tank. There's no other. But there was another boss that you shoot, wasn't there? With the gun? I don't remember. It's all a blur. So this is the final stage? Wait, was there another? So you do have the kid with you in the final stage. Wait, what was the cinematic? The rescue plane is coming for us. Let's go. The NES version could have used those cutscenes because, like, it's not really clear what's happening. You just suddenly have the kid with you, and you're on the runway with the kid, but it's not clear what happened. It's like he has a chest burster inside of the guy in the bottom. Alright, well, what does the ending look like? Do you fight a soldier? You fight a similar, like, soldier dude? So the final boss of the game is just the same exact soldiers you've been fighting the whole game. The dudes with the crew cuts that look like Polnareff, but now there's 2 of them. So that's a pretty shit final boss. That's the final boss. So like all the effort for bosses went into the first stage, and after that it's just like this, you're fighting the same dude as the boss over and over again, who's also like just a normal enemy. It's like all they want is my quarters. That's true. This game, you could fairly say that I think like that usual bullshit line about like, you know, like arcade games being hard to because they just want your quarters, which doesn't really make sense because like the hardest arcade games, the earliest ones, are probably much less good at getting your quarters. Like what actually like made them what made arcade games really good at getting quarters was multiplayer games and allowing you to credit feed. Letting you credit feed makes people more likely to put more money in. There's more of a sunken cost thing there. Whereas like if you get knocked back to a checkpoint, it's disheartening and makes you want to quit. Or probably like the average person. That's pretty lame. That's surprisingly lame. Huh? That game was a disappointment. Let's rate that too. From the look of it, I thought it was going to be awesome. Like my reaction at the beginning was, wow, it looks so awesome. And by the end, I just like couldn't be like midway through stage 5, I couldn't. It was just too much. I couldn't be bothered to finish it. Oh, I've never played any of the Ikari Warriors arcade games on stream, have I, huh? Well, unfortunately, the first two, you have the rotary joystick thing. A 3. Oh, man. It's like I really like the look of the game so much with the big sprites, but the game itself is just not fun. The music's not that good either. Maybe I also have to say 3. I thought I was going to like it a lot more than that. And also the bosses are like a really big disappointment in the game. Not enough cool bosses. The fact that like the final boss is just like the same 2 dudes that are normal enemies is really lame. I think I agree with the 3. And the music, I mean, the soundtrack is not as good as the NES one, but I really like the stage 1 theme at least. But I mean, I guess that's about it. If I just kept playing another 20 minutes, we could have easily just like played through and like finished it. But it's just, I just didn't want to. Just didn't want to. I'm sorry. I have to admit, I just didn't want to. Yeah, imagine there was a swarm of dudes and they were all brown naked dudes. That's almost the case with the game we just played, Skittles. That was almost exactly the case. Wow. All right. So, Ikari Warriors 3, the original arcade, really cool visual looking game, like really cool game for its visual look, but not really a fun game in my opinion. The NES game actually better, but still it has the weird thing where it has like no difficulty. You can just credit feed the NES version. It has no difficulty. So, but if you play the Japanese version, it's maybe a pretty cool game. You know, like so I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll give it a separate rating. Let me see. Do I put the Japanese version on the left? Or I put the Japanese version on the right, don't I? When I do that, usually. I don't remember what the difference was here. It's been a couple. It's been a couple that I gave split ratings to. Family Pinball got a higher score. I think it's based on like which. Usually I put. I always try to put the. I think it's the American name on the left and the Japanese. Yeah, the American game on the left and the Japanese version on the right. So that should be the case with split numbers as well. American should go on the left. So, so you know what? The American version actually a 4. I'm going to drop it down to a 4 since I'm splitting it. And the Japanese version is 6. But how do I account for that when with the ranking? How do I account for that in that case? Like, do I have two separate ratings for Rockin' Ball? Oh, Mystery Quest and How-Kun. The NES version. You guys remember Mystery Quest? That's an interesting little platformer, like exploration platformer. Um, the Japanese version is much more fleshed out. The American version is like heavily cut down. Um, and I definitely prefer the Japanese version. But do I put them both in my ranking list here? Let me check. Do I? No, I put the higher rated one only. Okay, that makes sense. Only the higher rated one. Okay. That's what I should do with Ikari as well. You know what? I think actually upon reflecting on it, I think the Japanese one might be a pretty fun game, even with its kind of weird combat. So it's a game I would play again. Like if I were to come back to Ikari 3, which I might, I would definitely play the Japanese one. Like that's the way to go. So then I should raise my rating of Ikari 3. I'm going to raise it. But I'm not going to raise it that much, just a little bit. Just put it like Lutter, Falchion, Clue Clue Land, Arkanoid, Layla. Layla, it's a pretty high rating considering like what a player unfriendly, like jank unfriendly game that is. But I do like that game, despite it being almost unplayable without a guide. Yeah, Clue Clue Land. I like Clue Clue Land. It's a novel concept. I like it. You know, I would play more Clue Clue Land. Friday the 13th is a game I didn't really appreciate until I finally sat down and played through the game myself and like, finished it. You need to understand it before you can really appreciate it. Crazy Climber, Doraemon. I always wanted to finish this Doraemon game. I never did finish it. One of these days, I wanted to go back to it and try to finish it again. Hinotori. That's that's a Konami game? Is that the one that's called Phoenix in American, but it doesn't have an American release? Is that what that was? Oh, there's Kings of the Beach. I think Red Mages brought that one up before. Yeah, I don't know. I'll put it. It feels like it should go around here to me. I'm gonna put it around. I mean, not that high. Maybe like down here. Maybe below Clue Clue Land. It can go right below. Yeah, it can go right below Clue Clue Land. That's where it can go. Yes. That's where it's gonna go. Clue Clue Land is tough. You have to adjust your brain for the game before you can play it properly. All right, that's it. That's the rating for Ikari Warriors 3. That's it. Oh. All right, we did a game. I finished another game for Fliptendo. Do you want to... Should we play Image Fight? But... I can tell you guys are excited for Image Fight. I kind of wanted to make it an early night tonight. Because, my wife is going to be waking up soon. And I don't even know what I did with my phone. I told my wife, we would watch something together. I can't play. We'll do it Red Mages, I'm sorry. Fliptendo's my wife. Well, that's true. Nah, I gotta do it tomorrow. Guys. We'll do Image Fight tomorrow. This will be a short stream. I got my ring. I always put it by the microwave when I'm doing the dishes, and then I always forget to put it back on. I always leave it there. But at least I know where it is. I'm gonna need that phone, Mr. Leo. Red Mages. I'm sorry. I appreciate all you guys. Hey, thanks for watching. But let's just make it like a short stream for today. I'm back from the convention. That's the important thing. Oops, this is the right thing. That's true, Skittles. You're right. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed some more Fliptendo. We're gonna keep doing more Fliptendo in the immediate future. I got some other things I want to do. Red Mages. Just so you know, Red Mages, I've been giving thought to going back to what is that Super Nintendo game? I always forget the name of it. The roguelike with the dude with the hat. Why do I always forget the name of that game? I don't know why. But I've been thinking about going back to that. It's not F-Zero. I don't know why I always forget the name. It makes no sense. Wow, there's some really good choices for raids right now. There's some really good choices. Like, Copert's playing some Twisted Metal. Zophar's playing Metal Slug. But Bardic Broadcast is playing Shadow of the Beasts. Shadow of the Beast, the original one. That's another one I've been really wanting to go back and like play through that again. Like D-Rust. And there's so many games. There's so many games I want to play. Alright, Red Mages. I'll try to placate you more next time. Alright, guys. I'll see you again in the next stream for more Fliptendo. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one. Take care. Later. Love you all. Good night, but not as much as my wife. Bye.
I'll go. This Red Mages party has as well. 28 months in power. Disregard the roots of power. Say thank you. Another merry day. Hey do, merry do, my heart.